Hello, my name is Dharan. I am one of the TAs for Introduction to Civil Engineering Techniques for the fall semester of 2025. If you're watching this in the future, I'm probably not there anymore, but I hope you'll find these tutorial videos to be helpful in your journey as a civil engineer and in the class. So these videos are designed to be supplemental to your in-class learning. In class, you're going to focus on a lot of the concepts fundamentals to civil engineering, but here you're going to try to actually apply those concepts. So as you can see, we're going to do a semester-long design project, and this is going to take place in AutoCAD Civil 3D. So just a quick overview of the project. What you're going to do is redesign O'Hill Field, so that's by O'Hill and New Dorms in Civil 3D. You're going to physically go out and collect land coordinates using surveying equipment, and throughout the semester, you'll produce a set of plan sheets that will include your full design. And the intention here is that you learn all the key aspects of how to use the software, key aspects of design and analysis, and also sharpen your presentation skills. And we're going to do this in a deliverable-based environment. So there will be 8 deliverables. Each one will be approximately 2 weeks apart, and you can see kind of what some of the design work you'll be doing looks like on the bottom here. So we're going to walk through how to do every single one of these steps together. These videos are designed for you to be able to follow along pretty much one-to-one, with the exception of changing things to fit your design and your survey data. And we'll continue on. So as I mentioned, some of the project goals are to gain familiarity with surveying and surveying equipment, learning how to use Civil 3D. If you do any sort of civil design, chances are you'll be in Civil 3D or a similar program a lot. We want you to learn principles of design while using Civil 3D and execute this full design project, start to finish. And we want to expose you to all of the major disciplines of civil engineering. Now, this is just the way I chose to classify them. There are many different subcategories and even larger categories that aren't included here, but I would break them down into water and environmental, construction, transportation, structural, geotechnical, and land development. So throughout this semester, you'll be touching a little bit of all of these while learning about the material in class. Speaking of learning material in class, that's another goal of this project, is to apply some of that material. And we also want this to be a professional development experience for you guys. Hopefully you can talk about this in interviews you have, especially most of you are likely second years and don't have a lot of experience under your belt. And this is a great project to show off that you're learning these key skills and you have the ability to work in this environment and use your design skills. So this is an example of some of the plan sheets you'll make. Plan sheets are how civil engineers communicate their designs. So we don't use blueprints. Nobody really uses blueprints in civil engineering. That's kind of a misnomer, but these are what plan sheets look like, and we'll walk through how you can make these as well. So just a quick overview of the 8 deliverables. We're going to start with learning Civil 3D and getting everything installed. Then you're going to immediately go out and survey all of your data on O'Hill. We'll have 2 rovers set up for you guys to use, and there'll be extra videos on how exactly you can go about that surveying process, along with surveying office hours as well. And the third deliverable will just be creating your design concept. That won't be much of Civil 3D, but it's good for you to think about your entire design and really plan it out and write it out before you go out and try to do the whole thing. Deliverable 4 is going to be transportation focused, modeling Alderman and McCormick Road. Deliverable 5 is a lot of the land development side with site grading. So grading is changing the elevation of your surface. And deliverable 6 is the environmental and water focus with PMPs, scorecards, and water analysis. We'll talk about all of those as we get there. Deliverable 7 is your geotech and your geotech and your structural, with a lot of more advanced calculations using your classroom statics. And deliverable 8 is your final one, so that will be getting everything and submitting it together and doing some cost estimation and construction planning. This is a really good slide for you guys to look back on whenever you're prepping for an interview or a career fair this year. This is a great overview of all of the skills you're going to touch both inside and out of Civil 3D. So I'm not going to go over all of these, but if you have one of those opportunities for an interview and they ask you what your experience is or maybe something you had a challenge with or a way that you've been pushed, this is a great slide to look at, and I'll leave it here as your reference. So in terms of materials you need, on the assignment document, you will see a link to another assignment document, or you'll just see it in Canvas as another assignment document. There are instructions on how to download AutoCAD Civil 3D 2026. As a student, it's totally free to you, and the instructions are included on that document. If you are running an older laptop or a Mac, though, you will not be able to use Civil 3D natively on your laptop. There are instructions for that as well. You can either choose to use a virtual system on your machine or use any of the computers in Olson and some in the mechanical engineering building, I believe, as well. You'll also need Microsoft Excel, which everyone should have access to at this point or have used. And there's also another document in the project directions linking to a video on how to use OneDrive. I highly recommend you back up all of your civil drawing files to OneDrive. That way you can access them wherever you need to, and you don't have a problem if something is accidentally deleted or mislabeled. You'll need a PDF viewer, but again, all of you guys likely have that, and I cannot recommend enough using a mouse. I've seen students come to me in office hours from previous years without a mouse, and it's always clunky and hard for them to navigate. Using a mouse in a CAD program will make your life significantly easier, so please get a mouse. So just so you know, some resources available to you guys. These videos that I will make obviously are your number one resource on how to actually complete the project. You'll also have assignment documents in Canvas, and there will be an FAQ document going over some frequently asked questions, as well as some helpful tips that might help you do certain commands or certain actions a little bit faster. Your next source to go to is Piazza. Piazza is our shared learning platform where you can ask questions and answer questions. So anyone can ask a question to the class, and anyone else in the class can see it, TAs can see it, and the professors can see it. So that's a great place to go to. They have a good search feature and a good question tagging feature, so please make use of those. And if you have a very specific question to your grade or your citing or what happened to your Civil 3D program, you can make questions private, but if it's a more broadly appealing question, we encourage you to make them public so other people can benefit from those. And you as a student can also answer those questions. So if you see someone post a question and you know the answer, don't hesitate to jump in and answer. Lastly, there are going to be Civil 3D office hours that the TAs will host. The scheduling for that will be listed on Canvas or in the syllabus, so please check there. And cannot recommend enough going to those office hours. Having that face-to-face contact and being able to actually see your files helps us immensely in being able to help you. And hopefully you'll also find that you'll learn things beyond Civil 3D when you come to those. So in terms of next steps for you guys, use the document in Canvas to download Civil 3D or log into a UVA computer to do that. Connect OneDrive to your personal laptop or to your virtual system or UVA PC as well. It's a great place to store files. And just continue watching these videos and follow along with the tutorials. Be sure to complete all of deliverable 1 and submit it before the due date.